Hello, good evening and welcome back to my channel Sewing with Sewing. Today we're going to learn how to make embellished t-shirts. These are our t-shirts, 100% cotton, and we're going to embellish them. They're plain t-shirts, but we're going to put designs on them, patterns on them. This was something that I used to do when I hadn't learned how to sew. Okay, this was very easy to do. You can do it with your hands if you don't have a sewing machine. So it's a very good source of income, of making money from sewing. If you know you have a talent of sewing and you haven't yet perfected your art of using the sewing machine well, this is a very good way in which you could make some money. Get t-shirts, make your patterns, print them out. If you can't print them out, you can freehand draw them and polish them on your Ankara patterns, okay, patterns Ankara fabric, and put them in your t-shirts. After you do that, you can go ahead. This is sequence on thread, okay, in which after I finish putting this pattern, this Ankara pattern that has been cut out from here, after I put it on t-shirt, I'll now run it around the pattern to neaten the edges, okay, of the pattern on the fabric, so the fabric will not fray and it'll come out looking nice and clean. It's very easy. You can also do this with your hand. You can sew this on. This sequence can be sewn on with hand and needle if you know you've not perfected the art of using a sewing machine. So these are easy ways in which you could make these t-shirts and also sell them. You can get them as a source of income. This was basically what I really started when I started my sewing. I started with this. So without wasting too much time, we're going to cut out this pattern. I'm going to cut it out and I'll show you. I'll cut it out because I'm going to put it on the Ankara fabric. So I've cut out my pattern. I first want to use the pink t-shirt. So this is the t-shirt I'm going to put it on. So I've cut out my pattern and now I'm going to place it on the Ankara fabric now. If you notice the pattern, the Ankara has some designs here. So I'm just going to try and put it in such a way that design will show when I am going to place it on the fabric. So I'll look for one of those patterns like this one now. This one is really neat and nice. And I just place it there. And I trace it out. on the Ankara. Another way to cut it is to get the line of symmetry of the pattern. The line of symmetry of your pattern. Then you also get the line of symmetry, okay, of the fabric of the Ankara. Okay, as you can see, I've divided this fabric into two. Okay, I've divided the pattern because I want this center pattern here. I want it to be at the center of my pattern here also. So I just put it down like this and I trace it out. It makes it easier this way. Alternatively, I can stick it down, okay, with masking tape so that it does not shift while I am cutting. This just makes sure that it comes out looking neater, okay, and the lines of symmetry will be equal. Just going a little bit the extra mile. So we'll cut out now. It's double folded. So there we go. So because we had the masking tape on it, it was much easier for it. And you can see this is the pattern. It came out, this was the pattern. These are the two patterns that I really wanted to get, and it came out looking very nice and neat. So now what we're going to do now is that we're going to apply it to this t-shirt, okay, just right there in the center here. We're going to apply it down. We can to make it, we can put what do you call it, hemming gum underneath it. You can iron hemming gum on it down. I'll iron hemming gum on it so that it will still stay in place, okay, while I put hemming gum on it. I'm also going to use this, okay, to go around all the edges of it. I'm going to run it down. If you don't have a sewing machine to run it down, you can use your needle and thread, okay. Go through on it at intervals, just to keep it down all the way. You run it all the way, all round it. It gives it a shimmery effect. It gives it a really lovely effect. But when I'm done with it, I'll show you. But this is basically it. It's as easy as ABC. The hemming gum, I've put some hemming gum, I've applied it onto the back of the pattern, and you can see it's not coming off. It's not going to come, it's not going to shift by the time I sew it on. It's not going to shift. What the hemming gum does is that it sticks it down in place. It sticks the material, the pattern down in place. So while I'm pressing it and ironing it, and while I'm going to sew it, it will not shift out of place. So I'm going to go around and and sew around all these places now. So the hemming gun has made it to stick onto it. So I'm going to sew it around and I'll bring it back. Okay, so this is the final product of it. As you can see, it's well designed, the final product of it. So it's as easy as ABC, and this is on the t-shirt here. Okay, so thank you very much. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, like our videos, okay, and share, and make comments also. Take care till next time. Bye.
Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen.